Okay. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our Team Passion call. I know we're a little sporadic. We got some boys joining us. Hey, boys. Uh, I know it's a little sporadic on when we do these calls, but we try to do them every 2 weeks on a Thursday, so opposite of the business opportunity. Sometimes I'll go live in the page, or sometimes we'll do a Zoom here. I know the Zooms are a little more personal. We can kind of see each other. We can chat. You guys can chat in the chat box, or you can unmute yourself. So sometimes it's a little better like this. So the topic I wanted to talk about tonight, and these all go up on the Team Passion Training YouTube channel. So if you go to YouTube and you type in Team Passion Training, all one word, you will find probably 100 training videos in there. One similar to this: how to goal set, what's volume mean, how to use my Coach Online Office, how do I read my paycheck. There's so many training videos from the past 8 years. You could even go all the way back and have a little chuckle at my very first training videos. Actually, I think on my Nicole L. Jones YouTube channel, there's some pretty funny videos that I've done years ago. If you want to go say, oh, okay, you can still be successful and have no idea how to do videos. Cool. But tonight I wanted to talk about one of my favorite subjects. And we're going to kind of go in whatever direction this kind of takes us. I have a little story to kind of share with you at the beginning, or a little scenario to help with things. I think Renee will like this scenario. We're going to talk about climbing a mountain. So I want to talk about goal setting tonight, and I want to talk about it in where I want you to get your pen and paper out. I want you to think of like one goal, and I want to teach you how to break it down. I want to teach you how to reverse engineer it and make it happen. And we'll do one goal at least tonight together, and then you can take some other ones and do that same thing with it. I have learned all my goal setting techniques from Brian Tracy and Chalene Johnson. They go hand in hand because Chalene Johnson learned everything from Brian Tracy. So it was really cool. I'll never forget the first time I went to one of Chalene Johnson's events. I'm going to share this with you real quick. It was called, oh, Renee, what were those things called? Oh my gosh. I don't even know. But it was like an adult cheerleading camp. I took my mom, and I went because Brian Tracy was speaking, and I was just really excited to hear Chalene speak. It was like a personal development seminar, but it was for all Turbo Kick, PiYo, Hip Hop Hustle instructors. And so it was like Camp Do More. But it was literally like an adult cheerleading camp. I was like, oh my gosh, Mom, we don't belong here. Everybody had their hair up, makeup. I was like, what are we doing here? So there was this fashion show she did one of the first nights. So the master trainers put like all her new workout gear and turbo gear on, and they did this whole fashion show, and Brian Tracy was in the front row, and if you could have seen his face, it was like hysterical. But she opened this door like when you go to like conference centers and there's like dividing doors, right? So all of a sudden at the end of the fashion show, this dividing door opens, and everybody goes running to the door that opened because it was all her new turbo wear. And so you had to like the little skirts, and like, so you had to run and get them. And I literally, like, me and my mom were like, what? Oh my God. Like, really? And so then I look over and I'm like, oh my gosh, there's Brian Tracy. So I went over and I'm like, hey, hello, sir. My name is Nicole. It's so nice to meet you. I love all your books. Like, everybody was screaming and having a party. And I was like, dude, there's Brian Tracy. Like, and I walked right over and I shook his hands, and he was super gracious. I'm like, what did you just think of that? What just happened? He goes, I have no idea. Like, it was just, just having a conversation with him. So it's really cool because I've been following the two of them for so many years for this specific topic. I've learned a lot. So I like to share that with you guys. But I got on a 5-star call today, and one of the I forget what his new title is, but he is one of the sales guys at corporate. His name is Arnaud Nakaha. He's from Canada, and he's now a U.S. citizen. He just took his citizenship last year. It was like a big thing. But he had some great tips today on on the 5-star wall where the Kevin Shaw asked him, like, what is your like biggest number one tip? And I want to share a little bit of the story that he shared because it goes hand in hand with this topic. So the corporate sales team in Utah set a goal together to climb this mountain. And if you've ever watched Jeff Hill or any of those people in the Utah office do a training call, there's a huge mountain in the background. And so that's the mountain that they set out to climb. And they set a goal as a team to reach the peak of the mountain. So it wasn't like just it wasn't just like a hike. It was legit climbing an entire mountain, right? Like, so we have this small mountain here in Massachusetts, like Blue Hills, that I've climbed before, but that's not even a mountain. That's like a little trail hike, right? But this is like a mountain. Like Renee climbs mountains, right? When she does her hikes. So they set a goal together as a team to reach the mountain peak by 6:41 a.m. I don't know what the 41 was. That's what they did. So they got to the bottom of the mountain to start climbing at 1 a.m. They decided they wanted to see the sunrise and wanted to get up to the peak of the mountain by 6:41. So they knew that as they started with their gear that they had to take one step at a time. They just had to put one foot in front of the other, right? And so sometimes when we set a goal, we see this ginormous goal of, Diamond or Success Club 10 or 5-star or whatever that big goal is, or lose 50 pounds, right? And it can seem like such a mountain, right? Oh my gosh, how are we going to get there? And we start to questioning ourselves, right? Like as we put one foot in front of the other, we start to think, is this going to be worth it? Do I want to keep going? Wait, I see the top of the mountain, but is it worth it, right? And so Arnold shared that as they were hiking or climbing for a couple hours, all of a sudden they were all thinking that, and then they started speaking it out loud as a team. They started going, is this worth it? Should we just turn around? We've done a really great job. Like they just were like second guessing, turning around. And so everyone else rallied around everyone who was struggling. How can I help? What do you need from me? What can I do here? What can I do to just help us get up this mountain together? We set this goal as a team. We're not going to quit now, So everybody was rallying around each other. And then as they kept going and they kind of talked themselves out of it and said, okay, let's keep going. More obstacles were coming up. They were getting tired. They were starting to get crampy, right? I don't really know if I can do this, but they had to keep their goal in the forefront. They had to know that there were going to be bumps and bruises along the way. Some people started bleeding, tripping, and they eventually made it. They had made it at I think he said 6:46 or something. So they were like 5 minutes late, but they made it as a team and they celebrated that big win. They sat down. They took pictures, they did videos, they, celebrated it, and then had to think about the trek back down, right? And so some of the lessons that he was sharing in that whole story, and now they've set out as a team to do things like half marathons, Ironmans, like they just, as a team, they do more and more things that push them out of their comfort zone to become better leaders for us and for themselves and for their families. So the number one thing was that you've got to rely on the team, and you always want to lean in when you're feeling the struggle, when you want to say out loud, is this worth it? Should I keep going? And the second thing is, once the goal is set, and this is huge, once the goal is set, you have to treat it like there's no other option. Like you have made the commitment to become, let's just say, to become a Diamond coach by July 1st. And you have made that commitment. You have said it out loud. You are like, I'm doing this. You have announced it in the team page. You've told your success partner. You've told your coach. You've told me. You've set the commitment. So you have to work every single day. Like the only option is to hit that goal. There's nothing can get in your way, right? And there is no limit to our capabilities. We limit ourselves, right? We have this all self-talk. We can't do it. I can't, right? And so you want to make sure that you do all of those things. You rely on the team, you lean in, you know that there's no other options, you put one foot in front of the other, you always have the goal in mind, and you know that there's going to be bumps and bruises, there's going to be obstacles, there's going to be boulders maybe that try to take you back down, there's going to be wind that tries to take you back down, it's going to be branches that fall over in front of you on the path, right? Like whatever those obstacles are going to be, you know that they're going to be there, so you got to be ready for them. He ended the call, which I thought was really great today, talked about, so one of the big things that we as leaders, we go to the corporate sales team and we're like, okay, you know, I can go there and I can say, okay, I'm in the Million Club, I'm a 13-star diamond, I'm a 3-time elite coach, I've earned over $2 million in 8 years. How do I teach my team to do the same? Like, how do I duplicate, right? We're always, how can we duplicate ourselves? So those of you who hit Success Club consistently, you sign coaches, you sign challengers, you're like, now how do I get a team to do the same? And so the only thing we can do, which I share all the time, is arm our team with the tools, and they have to do it for themselves. And he shared that you can't, by helping a butterfly out of a cocoon, like if you were to see a butterfly sitting in it, like in a cocoon waiting to come out, you don't want to go and like slit it and help them a little bit of the way, because you're doing a disservice to that butterfly, because you're weakening the butterfly and thinking he can't do it. And so I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you along. And so the same thing is what we have to do for our team. A lot of people will say to me, I don't think I'm doing Get It Started Right interviews right. I must not be starting coaches right. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to start a coach. Listen, 8 years ago, we had, our Coach Online office was an eighth of the size it is now. We didn't have all these trainings. We didn't have this entire corporate sales team with reps to help us. We had like 2 guys. Like, we didn't have training after training. We didn't have sneak peeks. We didn't have any of it. We just had our coach where we could pick up the phone or text and be like, what do I do now? Like, how do I do this, right? And so my coach Keith he equipped me with the tools, meaning here's my phone number, here's your Coach Online office, here's how you sign in, here's the Beachbody, I don't think it was the Champions page, it was something else, like here's where you can plug into your upline. Let's do this. Like, and that was it. And so I was like, okay. And so every day I watched a video on the Coach Online office. I did my personal development. I posted on social media. And every day I did those 3 things. I talked to people privately. I reached out. People would reach out to me. I would answer their questions, right? And that's all I did. I just did it consistently. I did it maybe more than other coaches who weren't doing it. I took it upon myself to learn and to apply. And so Keith gave me the tools, but I applied myself. And so the same thing when you're signing coaches, it works the exact same way. It has nothing to do with you not teaching them properly, you not getting them started right. You can't do any of that wrong. The only thing you can do is be there for them. Here's my phone number. Here's what I want you to do. Here's the Team Passion training. Here's the channel. Please plug into our coach challenge group. Like, that's it. And then you invite them to these calls, and then they have to take the wheel. They have to take the wheel. There's nothing, I can't do it, you can't do it. They have to take the wheel, okay? Questions up to that? Did you guys like that story? Did that help? All right. So, okay. So when we talk about goal setting, one of the biggest ways, so I'm gonna kind of brush over this piece. One of the best and biggest ways for you to make the most money in this business, I don't want to say the easiest way, but it is kind of the easiest way because it's residual income that continuously happens. So like next week when I leave for Disney for 9 days, I'm still going to get paid a very nice hefty paycheck for the 2 Thursdays that I'm gone because I've built a team of coaches who are succeeding and working. And my volume, like I don't have to sell anything anymore to make a paycheck, right? I mean, I do because I hit Success Club, but my sales make up an eighth of my paycheck. Like it's crazy how much my retail is, like $500 a week, and my residual income is $5,000 a week, right? Beachbody does not guarantee any level of success or income. Is based on the coach's individual effort. So the $5,000 a week is based on what the team is doing, and they're selling to their coaches, or a new Shakeology is, or a residual of Shakeology is shipping. All of those things are happening. And so, we don't make money unless people are selling stuff. Like we don't just make money. People have to be selling stuff, right? But you build a team and you build volume. And so the way I looked at volume very early on, I would look at my paycheck every week, and then I would look at my left volume and my right volume. I'm not going to do a volume training right now, so please go find one on Team Passion Training YouTube channel, because there are a couple. But your left volume and your right volume, if you go to Monitor My Business and then go to Team Volume, you click there and you'll see L, V, and RV. And that's what our team cycle bonuses are based on every week, okay? And so the volume, in my mind, I couldn't see that volume growing. Like Keith would say, okay, you got to get to like your first really big goal should be like 500 a week consistently on each leg for volume, then 1,000, and so I was like, okay, cool. But it was too overwhelming for me to look at, like, okay, so that's how many Shakeologies, how many people have to be selling Shakeology. Like it was just like, my head was kind of spinning with that. As if any of you just saw me do the Shakeology video in the Spring Into Action group, I couldn't do math in my head, right? Like, so that was like, wait, I can't see that. And then he was like, okay, when you get to like $500 a week just in cycles, you want your volume to be at 10,000. And I was like, what? I'm at like 200. Like, I was like, how do I go from 200 to 10,000? So instead, I break it down into rank advancements, okay? And I just feel like that is the easiest way. Rank advancements and Success Club. Okay, those are your two really important goals that you can set volume goals. So it's like rank advancement, Success Club, volume, and income. Okay? Oh, two bunnies, right? We've got over here, we have Success Club and rank, and over here we have volume and income. Okay, so you can set your goals together like that. But here is easy, because you can go, okay, here's how I set my rank. I know I need to be emerald, which means I need to have an active coach on my left leg and an active coach on my right leg, okay? Your volume's not going to grow with just that. It will grow as an emerald if those two coaches hit Success Club, sign coaches, have an amazing retail business, okay? But the key for me was like, okay, emerald, done. I did that my first weekend in this business. I was done. It was easy. Then I was like, okay, now I want to get to diamond. What do I need to do? And ruby is in there too, but we're just going to go right to diamond. So I need to get to diamond. How do I do this? Okay, I need 4 active coaches on my left leg. I need 4 active coaches on my right leg. And I need 2 of those coaches, 1 on each leg, to also become emeralds. Now, if that's all I set, again, my volume's not going to grow. My team's not going to grow. Like, say I have 8 discount coaches, and then the 2 emeralds are my family members who also sign discount coaches. Cool, you're a diamond on paper, but nothing's growing because you only have 90 4 times, 90 4 times, and then 180, right, under those 2 emeralds, right? So that's not enough volume to make $500 a week in cycles, right? So you set that first goal, and then you set it again. Okay, now I need 4 active coaches on my left leg, 4 more coaches on my right leg, and 2 new emeralds, okay? So that's how I looked at diamond. And then I was looking at my emeralds, and I was like, okay, who wants to become diamond, right? And so this is how I was thinking rank-wise. Who would like to now become diamond? And so a lot of times, or in the beginning, Mark was on one of my legs, so he was going to be one of my diamonds, okay? And then I had to look to see who was going to work the business. And then, it wasn't like, tell me who wants to be diamond. It was, show me who wants to be diamond. When someone tells me they have a goal, I'm like, show me. Because you can tell me all you want, but if you're not taking the action every day to move closer to that, you're not going to hit that goal. If I'm not seeing you sign coaches, if I'm not seeing you hit Success Club, if I'm not seeing your coaches hit Success Club, if I'm not seeing your coaches sign coaches, then I don't see diamond yet. Okay, it doesn't mean you're not going to hit it, but I need you to show me so that we then both can work together on this, right? You can say it all you want, but you got to do it, right? So that's the first idea based on rank. You want to keep ranking up. Hit emerald multiple times. Hit diamond multiple times, meaning you just keep signing coaches on your left leg, your right leg. Obviously, when you get to a point when there's like 8, 10, 12 coaches on each leg, and then one of them starts really taking off, I will help you, or your coach will help you, and start being strategic on your leg placement based on volume. But in the beginning, I was like left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. I wasn't looking at volume yet. I was just like left, right, left, right, left, right. I was signing 2 to 3 coaches a week. I was having those coaches who were telling me, okay, they started hitting Success Club. I was like, okay, now you sign coaches. And so we worked together as a very close team to get those 2 diamonds, so that I then became 2-star and all of that. So I'm not going to go into that either right now tonight. So when you hit that rank goal, rank is great, but the volume is going to grow when your coaches are rank advancing and when they're all hitting Success Club. If people set a goal to hit Success Club 6 every month, like bare minimum, chances are people are going to hit 2 and 4. So anytime you're goal setting, shoot higher. So if tonight you're like, you know what, Nicole, this all makes sense. I do want to be a diamond. Nope, you want to be a 2-star diamond. Okay, because 2-star diamond means you are a solid diamond. You are heading right to find 2 people that are going to become diamonds too. So your diamond will never drop. You will never drop rank if you're shooting for 2-star, meaning you're signing a lot of coaches, your emeralds are signing coaches. The best way for you to transition into this, so almost reverse engineer into this, is if currently you're sitting as an emerald coach and you're like, I have no business partners right now. The best way to start looking at this now as how do I get my business partners is to set a goal to hit Success Club 10 this month, next month, and the month after. Because now you have 15 in 3 months. You're going to have 15 brand new challengers that are starting to see results, that are loving the scale, that are loving their 80-day obsession. Now you have 15 people to invite to the business opportunity because you're hitting Success Club 10 consistently, right? Which is 5 people a month. So looking at the goal of how do I get to diamond in the next 90 days is making sure you're inviting. So here's where I'm going to revert. Let me stop for a minute. Any questions up to this point? Yes, Andrea?
There's something on the chat.
Oh.
It says, Christine was asking, how do you do that, Nicole? And then she said, I know, invite. I'm not 100% sure what she was asking that in regards to.
How do you do that? Like, how do you get to diamond? Maybe Christine? I know Christine has some stuff happening with her kids, so she wasn't going to be able to be on video because it's crazy at our house. But, okay, so this might help answer the question, my next step here. So now we're going to reverse engineer this, okay? We're going to reverse engineer how to get to diamond and how to hit Success Club 10. Okay, those are the 2, like, I'm just going to talk in this call like that's everybody's goal, okay? Everybody's goal is 2-star because you're going to We're going to hit diamond, shooting for 2-star, and everybody's goal is to hit Success Club 10 every month. Okay, let's just take those 2 goals. So when you reverse engineer a goal, like, so that's the mountain, right? Success Club 10 and 2-star diamond is the mountain. You have to take it one step at a time, meaning you have to be consistent every day in your social media. You have to be consistent every day in your workouts. You have to be consistent every day in drinking your Shakeology, using the performance line. You have to be consistent in your personal development, watching training videos. So all of those things, you have to be consistent in starting new conversations with people, checking in on people's life. If you haven't talked to someone in a really long time, we don't go in for the invite, right? We just send them a message. Oh my gosh, you just popped up on my social media today. How are you? I just scanned your page real quick. It looks like your kids are getting so big. What's new? That's it. And get in the habit of doing that with 5 people a day, right? And then the other 5 people a day are probably people that you do interact with on social media. So get in the habit of sending them a message saying, oh, I don't know if you've been paying attention to my social media, but did you see that Beachbody just launched a new nutrition program that we're all really excited about? That's it. Did you see it? And see what they say, right? Like, just very simple conversations with people, okay? So 5 new conversations a day, 5 invites a day, asking the people that you do interact with, and then 5 follow-ups a day, maybe from people that you talked to before that were like, hey, I am interested. And you can find these people in your social media if they're interacting with you. So people should be commenting on your stuff. You want to do social media posts. Like, I made a social media post. I do my workouts. I talk about To Be Mindset and stuff. But then I also was like, oh my gosh, who's excited for the royal wedding, right? Like, and so the people, I'm interacting with the people who are excited about the royal wedding too. So making sure that you're keeping your social media to a point where you're sharing different parts of your life so that you can have natural life conversations with people as well. Okay. Okay, cool. Christine's, she's good. Okay. So write down on a piece of, I think you guys are all writing. I see you all writing. You write down Success Club 10 and 2-star. How do I reverse engineer this? You reverse engineer this with that. And Andrea did a great job last night. Uh-oh, did I just freeze? Oh, okay. I was like frozen on my end. You were all frozen. You should have seen everybody's faces. I should have taken a screenshot. So Andrea did a good job saying, okay, journal about your ideal challenger, which ultimately leads to your ideal business partner, right? And so she wanted you to think differently though. Like, let's talk about who your ideal challenger is. Who do you want to work with? So that is one of your daily action items. Journal about your ideal challenger, your ideal business partner, which chances are is you. It comes out to be you. So don't be freaked out if you're like, that's me. It's supposed to be, okay? Spoiler alert. It's supposed to be, right? And so, you do want to get very deep. If you go back to that assignment, I don't remember which number it was, but if you go back to last night's Power Hour and you look up whatever that assignment that was, Rebecca Miller did an amazing job outlining her ideal challenger. So you want to go peek at that. She was like, this is her age. This is who she, it was very specific. So if you can get in the habit of doing that 2 to 3 times a week, that would be that's not too much. You could journal every day about your ideal challenger, but if you could you could just start thinking of different things. What car does this person drive? Where do they shop? What is colors their hair? Just all different things. And then literally it'll be super freaky when someone sends you a message and you're like, oh my gosh, what just happened? Right? You just, by journaling every day about this person, they appear in your life. It's amazing and crazy, and don't question it. The universe has your back is all you need to know, right? So that's another one of your action items. I'm going to journal every day about my ideal challenger. Another one is know when our business opportunity sneak peeks are. They're sneaking up on us to the point where I don't think we're preparing enough for them. Like all of a sudden I'm like, oh, yeah, it's Tuesday. Hey, who's going to speak? Make sure you guys are inviting. I'm like, crap, that's in 2 days. Like, so we want to make sure on like Saturday, Sunday, the weekend before our business opportunity, we're all chat. Hey, how are you guys going to invite? What are you going to say? Make sure you set a goal as one of your action items. My goal is to get 10 people into the next business opportunity. And again, you're going to find your amazing business partners in your amazing challenge group, right? So the more consistent you're finding challengers, the easier it's going to be to find business partners. Do not discount the fact that your business partners and challengers will appear at the same time, because that's me. I was looking for a way to make money, and I was looking for a way to get healthy and fit, and Beachbody fit both of those needs that I needed. I happened to see a before and after and reach out to my coach and be like, whoa, what did you just do? But then I also happened to be like Googling Beachbody, and coach came up, and I was like, wait, what's a coach? And so both of those needs jumped in for me at the same time. So there are plenty of those as well out there. You're not just looking always for an ideal challenger. Be open to, you want to journal this specific person, but you also may find different people. Like one of the things people will say to me, so my first super successful business partner is Tony Furtado, and I found him about 4 months into my business. I happened to post something about making my first bonus check. And I didn't say how much it was. It was literally like $100. It was get 5 people in 5 weeks. And I made a big post, and I was like, oh my gosh, I just made a bonus check. Like, what? And Tony's, always looking for residual income, ways to make more money. He owns a couple houses. Like, he's got a lot of business ventures going. And so he was like, wait, what? What is this thing you're doing? And I had told him the week before that I had started P90X. So then he started following me, and then saw that post about money, and then reached out, and then we started talking. Tony's not a female mom, right? Like, he's not the ideal partner that I journaled about, but he has an amazing work ethic. He's consistent. He'll do whatever it takes. He's got a lot of the qualities that I have that I was looking for in a business partner. He just happened to not fit that exact description, but he's got a lot of the same qualities of the person I was looking for too, right? So don't discount that your business partners, a business partner could show up tomorrow that's brand new, that is not one of your challengers, okay? So when you're reverse engineering a goal, you start with the mountain. What are the steps to get there, right? What's the steps? How do I get there one at a time? And there are these action items. I'm going to challenge you tonight when we get off here to write 20 action items for both of those. If you have a Success Club 10 goal and a Diamond goal, just write that at the top, and then write 20 action steps to get there, because they're the same. But that doesn't mean you have to do those 20 things every day. So that just means there are 20 things that need to be done on a consistent basis in order for me to reach these goals. And Brian Tracy, I get this 20 from Brian Tracy. So Brian Tracy talks about always having a list of 20 action items to reach your big goal. You could do 2 a day, 3 a day. Some days you can do 5. And some of these, and then when you're done with those 20, either repeat the list, write a new list, because you might think, and what's going to happen as you write this 20 is you're going to do like 12, and then you're going to struggle to find the last 8, which is going to push you to really think outside the box. One of the first things on your 2-star diamond goal list could be, what is a 2-star diamond? How do I even get there? So one of your first action items could be research in Grow My Business. What is a 2-star diamond, right? So it doesn't have to be like these drastic action items that you have to do. I have to invite 25 people every day, right? It could be research what's a 2-star diamond, research the benefits of hitting Success Club 10, watch a video that someone did in the Beachbody Champions page about becoming a 2-star diamond or hitting Success Club 10. Go interview someone who's on our Team Passion graphic every week that's hit Success Club 10. Go look at the daily business activity tracker that I pin to the top of the page every day and go talk to those people who are consistently posting in there. Pick their brain. Follow them on social media, right? Go redo last night's power hour, right? So think outside of the box what these 20 action items need to be. And they don't have to be grand. They just have to be there. And then I would set a goal to get through all 20 in a week. And then start again, maybe on Sunday night or whatever week. You can start it tonight, and then start it again because today's the first day of the Beachbody week, so this will be good. So Thursday, just Thursday. Now here's my next 20, and they could be repeats. You could literally do 17 of the same, and I thought of 3 new ones, right? Or I already researched what a 2-star diamond is, so I don't need to know that anymore, right? So you take that one off the 20 list, right? Am I making sense? Does this all make sense? Yes. Good. Is there a book? Brian Tracy is amazing to listen to on audio. So like Brian Tracy and John Maxwell, I can't read the two of them. Like I have a really hard time reading their books. Where did I find that whole 20? I don't know. I think it was an audio. I think it was like The Psychology of Selling. Does that sound like a Brian Tracy? I think it was like The Psychology of Selling, something like that. I'll find it tonight, but there's probably a YouTube video if you Google Brian Tracy. But it was an action item in something. But I think he's talked about it numerous times, so I'm sure you could find it. But I do think The Psychology of Selling was one of the first Brian Tracy audios I listened to over and over and over and over. And Car Smart by Chalene Johnson. That was always on my audio. Very good. She helps you reverse engineer. Very good. So yeah, The Psychology of Selling. I'll Google it when we get off here to make sure that was it. But yeah, and then Chalene's Car Smart is very good. Questions? Stephanie Maza has started a screen share. Okay. She has pulled up some Jim Rohn for us.
Oh God, I gotta do one thing and look what happens to me. Okay, so I was just listening to this today, and Brian Tracy talked about the 20 actions.
Oh, okay.
Goal.
So this was what you.
I unmuted myself just for a second. Okay, sorry everyone. How do I undo this?
It should be at the bottom of your screen. Oh, there you go. You did it.
So sorry. I'm not gonna do that ever again.
But thank you.
I'm muted. Sorry.
It's okay. But clarify that. Where did you find the Brian Tracy 20 thing? In that thing you just said, Motivational Legends?
Yeah, so I listen to everything in my car. I use Hoopla. It's free. It's a free app. You use your library card. And that was actually, it's like 10 hours long. And first it was Jim Rohn, and then it was Brian Tracy today. I was listening to him.
Okay.
And he basically said to just write your goal as like a question at the top of the paper. Like, how do I become a 2-star diamond? And then underneath it, write 20 things that you can do to reach that goal. It's just weird. I just heard it like a couple hours ago.
Hello, universe.
Universe. Just saying. All right.
Yeah.
Don't let me touch anything with technology anymore, okay?
Okay.
I'm muted.
Awesome. So yeah, you can find it there as well. But yeah, you can, I think there's a YouTube video on it as well. But that's basically how you reach these big goals that are ginormous mountains that seem nearly impossible. You take the action item, you take the goal, and you break it down every week. And you repeat assignments, you repeat action items, you find new ones. And like I said, I'm really excited for you guys to do this exercise tonight because I want to hear. So when you're done, if someone can start a thread on Team Passion Coaching with their list, or with, if you don't want to share your list, if you're like freaked out and shy, but it would be good to share for accountability and to share to give people ideas. But if you just want to share, I just did the exercise that Nicole shared on the Zoom call, here's how it went type stuff, because I feel like you're gonna hit that 13, 14, and you're gonna struggle to find the last 5 or 6, but I want you to share what that felt like. But I didn't quit. I kept going. You know, I'm not gonna put any words in your mouth, but I'm hoping you say something like that, right? But you know what I mean, like, just, it's gonna force you to push those last 5 or 6 items. So anything else? Any other questions, comments?
I have a question.
Yes.
Maybe just kind of looking for like advice, sort
Yes.
of. So when you make goals and you don't hit your goal, right? So say if I go for 2-star, I don't know, by August or something, and that doesn't happen, and then like during all this goal setting stuff that you've gone into, does it say to keep repeating those same steps? Like, do you think that maybe those steps didn't work, so you should like relook at them?
Yeah.
Is there any advice, or like, because you know it gets very discouraging,
Right.
and that's where it's always like PD, and you still have a goal even though you didn't hit the date, but like, do they say to relook at stuff like that?
So over and over and over and over again, Brian Tracy will consistently say, just set a new date. Like, just because you missed the deadline doesn't mean you scrap the goal. But yes, you want to tweak it. You want to be like, okay, what went wrong? Or even if it's as it's happening, like, you could literally send me your top 20 and then send me your next top 20, and then send me your next top 20. And like at the end of the month, we can evaluate it together and go, okay, here's what I would do differently, you know? Because did you sign any coaches? Did you not? Where did we, what can we switch? Here's what I would add. Here's what I would take out type stuff, right? And so we can evaluate that together, or you can evaluate it with your spouse, your business partner, your success partner. Someone who understands the business preferably, just so they can be like, wait, what? Or they don't have to truly understand it, they just have to know a little bit. But yeah, evaluate it with somebody. Just literally set a new goal. It doesn't, I have had a goal to be a 15-star diamond team since March of 2013. I'll never forget that date. March of 2013 was the first time I said it, and we've made it to 13-star. We've made it to 14-star qualification, but then tanked. We tanked from 14-star qualification to 6-star, just so you know. So it was a very big tank. But there have been times that I've reevaluated and maybe backed off the goal. The goal's been still there, but I'm like, okay, what do I need to do? How do I get the energy going on the team? How do I rebuild the team? How do I find, so I've had to slow down in order to speed back up, but yes, you do want to tweak it, because it's the same thing, like, right? So, like I shared today, that this is the first time the scale's been under 134 in 3 years. And I simply just needed to tweak a few of my nutrition and water things with 2B Mindset, and voila, the scale's now moving in the right direction because of a few little tweaks. It wasn't like I was doing anything wrong. I just needed a few little tweaks to make something shift. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, the goal doesn't change, just the deadline, for sure. And yeah, you definitely, Shalene, I'll never forget when Shalene said, sometimes you have to slow down in order to speed up. It's just something that's always stuck with me.
Yeah, because I noticed that, like, I'll tend to start backing off in general and being like, 1 star is not even, in the cards for me, because, like, things, I'll keep dropping rank, or you'll go back up and go back down, and
yeah.
I guess I just have to keep that idea of the 20 actions.
Yep. Yeah. Because it will happen. Like, surprisingly, it will, if you're consistently doing that. If you're consistently doing 20 things a week towards that one goal, and you're concentrating on it, and you're journaling about it, and you're believing it, and you're feeling it, and you're not backing off from it, and you're still climbing that mountain, and you're like, it's gonna happen. That's the law of attraction, right? It's almost impossible to not happen, but it is when you back off, forget it, I can't do it, like literally, here's what I need you to remember when you're thinking of rank goals, like 2-star, 5-star, 10-star. Here's like literally. So some of you are like, 10-star, I'm not even a diamond. Yes, 10. This is how I need you to look at it. Like, I need you to believe that you can be a 10-star diamond coach. And I need you to believe that tomorrow you could sign a coach that becomes 5-star with you. Like literally tomorrow you could sign a future 5-star diamond coach. And you may be an emerald right now. Like that's how you, like, I think what happens is we look at 1-star and we look at 2-star and we're like, well, I have nobody that's working towards diamond right now. So we're like, you're like, forget it. What am I going to, I'll just get to diamond myself and find some emeralds until a 1-star until a diamond pops up. You've got to shift that mindset that my 2-star could sign up tomorrow. My 5-star could sign up tomorrow. And you'll know. And then again, because you're doing that, and because you're believing that, and because you're journaling about that, legitimately that person's going to show up. But if it's out of sight, out of mind, and you don't believe it, it's hard. That person's not going to magically fall out of the air. Is this so much around belief? Like, yes, you have to take the action items. Like the person, you can't just believe and the person will magically fall out of the air either, right? Like it's, you got to believe and you got to take the action, right? Like those two things have to go hand in hand. And the second you start, again, like you said, backing off because you don't quite believe, because you don't see it yet, it won't happen. Good. Good stuff. Was this helpful? I think it's always good to do a fresh goal setting. Just a reminder. And then I think everybody gets in a different headspace when they do. You may have watched me do a goal setting video a year ago and you're like, okay, lady. And now today you're like, yeah, I'm going to write this right now on my sheet and I'm going to get to work, right? Like it's different. It just gets different.
I have a question
Yes.
for you.
Yes.
What do you do when you are what do you do when you're in an overwhelmed frame of mind, which I know that you have gone through, like when your neighbor passed away and when your, Papa has been going through things, really struggling right now, and I've put that in a few things. I'm probably going to get emotional, but like my husband works out of town. I'm going to put the screen off my face, but he works out of town all week and we have 3 children, and it's like I'm struggling to even post on Facebook because I'm having a hard time even getting the things done that I need to, and I feel like I can't even start conversations with people because I can't even hold myself together right now.
Yeah. So first, that's what you need to say on social media. Like use your struggles to make a post. Like say that. Like if you're open like me, I'm very open. Everybody knows I'm open, right? And so I would say that on social media, like here's what I'm struggling with. I'm I have a new just talk about it. Just talk about it. You don't have to try to sell people, but just talk about the struggle on social media. Go through it with people because they're going to relate. They're going to be like, oh my God, me too, right? So literally today, so I leaned into you guys last night, right? I was like, oh my gosh, I need to not go see Papa today, even though it's eating me up inside, like knowing he's sitting in the ICU by himself because it's either me visiting or my Nana visiting. We can't rely on it. Some people visit sporadically, but nobody, it's either me or my mom. So it was eating me up inside, but I needed to do it, right? Like, so I set a very small goal. I worked for an hour today. Like that's all. And I was going to I was like on Google, like, is there anything on Harry and Meghan? Like it was like I just wanted to like just escape for a little bit, right? And so that's okay to do. So when we're in this overwhelming mode, we tend to either go, forget it, I can't do anything, or we put ourselves in, I have to do everything, right? And so you have to find that balance, which is, again, like I shared at the beginning with the climbing the mountain, 1 foot in front of the other, one step at a time. one of the things in the very beginning of this business, I needed to make money so bad. Like, we got a letter that there was going to be a lien on our house because we owed back real estate taxes. It was like the scariest letter I've ever received. I'm like, what does this mean? It was probably just a scare tactic, but it scared me. It worked. And so I remember looking around one day and I'm like, thank God Mark doesn't need to have a clean house. Like, because I was like, there were dishes in the sink, there was laundry everywhere that I hadn't vacuumed, the toilet hadn't been cleaned. Like, my only goal was to make money for my family and keep my girls healthy and feed them and change their diapers, right? Like, it was like my only goal was to keep my kids clean and healthy and alive and make money. Like, and that's all I could focus on. So I think when you look at I think one of the things I would do is I would sit down the night before. Like, I would sit down tonight, look at tomorrow and be like, okay, what is happening tomorrow? Where do I have to get the kids? Do I have to work? What do I have to do? Do I have to food shop? Do I have to pay bills? Like, whatever it is, write it all down and then see if you can find 30 minutes for yourself. Right? Like, try to grab 30 minutes wherever it can be and not feel guilty that you're not working your business 2 to 3 hours a day like you used to when your husband was home more, or when you didn't work as a teacher, or, like, just finding those pockets, taking care of you and not feeling guilty. And again, this is all easier said than done, of course. Like, I get it. I literally had to come in and talk to you guys last night to tell me that it was okay to not visit Papa today. Like literally, because in my head it wasn't, right? And I was texting my mom, and my mom's like, Nicole, it's fine. I'm like, it's not. Like, so I don't know if that was helpful, but that's what I would do. That's what I do.
It was. I'm also wondering if I need to back off on how many people I used to try to contact every day and back it way off, since I feel overwhelmed that it's like I'm not even reaching out to anybody.
Right. That's what I wouldn't say, okay, my goal used to be 20 and now it'll just be 5. I would literally sit down every night with your phone, with your schedule, and tonight go, okay, tomorrow's Friday. Here's everything that needs to be done. Realistically, I'll probably be able to reach out to 2 people, right?
Okay.
Sit down tomorrow night, look at Saturday, and go, okay, you know what? After we have dinner, I could probably reach out to 6 people Saturday night, right? Like, and then Saturday night, look at Sunday, right? And then I would also schedule but I would also write down, okay, so tomorrow we have, baseball, we have a dance, we have whatever, right? I'm just making stuff up. And we have plans to go out for ice cream, right? So your 3 social media posts could be about those 3 things, right? Like, just almost like every night, look at what the next day looks like and tell a story. And realistically, tell yourself, Beachbody business-wise, this day I can reach out to 2, this day I can reach out to 5, this day I can reach out to 10, this day actually I'm not going to have time for any. This day I can reach out to 2, and just take it day by day. That's another thing that Chalene shares. Every night you make your to-do list the night before, so that because it could change. And that's what we tell people. I tell people on Sundays in our challenge group, go in on Sundays, look at your week and schedule your workouts. It may not be the same time every day for everybody, right?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else have any advice for that, or was that good? All right. One foot in front of the other, one step at a time. I can't wait to see your 20 items, or just tell us about the experience, because then it's going to prompt everybody to be like, what are they talking about? I need to go watch that Zoom call, right? So, thank you guys for participating in the Team Passion Daily Business Activity Tracker every day. Plug. Thanks for helping with the challenge groups. We have some people stepping up in the To Be Mindset group and in our Spring Into Action group when I head out to Disney next week, but feel free to also always step up in those groups. You're always welcome to add anything that you would like to add. Those groups are not mine, they are ours. So please feel free to go live at any time. Whatever, just do whatever, make a great post, whatever. Talk about life, talk about your struggles, anything. Cool? All right, have a good night, guys. Thank you so much. Bye.